Greetings everybody, and thanks for checking out a Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux video here on G4G. This is episode 31 of Thursday Night Fights. We are fulfilling a viewer request from last week. That viewer request was to have Hawkeye and Punisher team up for some PvP. Before we get into that particular video and see how they act in combat and any commentary on it, standard disclaimer, what you are seeing on the screen is Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux Beta 5.9. It is a closed beta. It is not available to the public. The same thing for 5.5 and 5.6. The version that is being worked on that will be released to the public is Beta 6. Currently, they're up to Beta 6.04. The most recent available version that you can download is linked below. That is 5.2. There are going to be some differences based on what you see in 5.2 compared to what you see in this video, which is 5.9, and that is because 5.9 is a later version and has more stuff in it. When you are able to download Beta 6, and again, there is no ETA on that, but when you are able to download it, it will look very, very similar to what you were seeing here in 5.9, just with less bugs. And of course, this disclaimer needs to make a comeback because there's been a lot of questions on this lately. I don't know if people are new to the series or the Redux videos or what, but this has been a fairly prolific question in the recent week or so. There is no mobile versions for this. There are no plans for a mobile version of it. Very specifically, no iOS versions of it. There could eventually possibly be an Android version because you can compile Unity projects to output into Android with the Android plugin for Unity. However, that is something that is extremely far off in the future. And it always is ridiculously surprising when people ask for it on mobile, considering the Android version was the absolute trashiest piece of shit version of the game back when it was live. There was the Playdom / Facebook version, which was identical to each other for the most part. There was the iOS version, and then there was the Windows Phone / Android phone version, and that final one was utter garbage. It was a buggy mess. So, yeah, if you want to play this on a mobile device, you're going to either need to learn how to put it on a Steam Deck, which there are videos of that on this channel, or you can put it on a mobile Windows handheld like a Lenovo Legion Go or the MSI Claw, you know, an ROG Ally, things like that. If it runs Windows, it's going to run this. Don't ask about Chromebooks, that's Chrome OS. So, the theme team that I was asked to do is Hawkeye and Punisher. Now, on paper, I was really confused by this one. I think it is a fan favorite request. They don't particularly go well together, other than the fact that they put out debuffs. Punisher's capable of putting out some. Obviously, Hawkeye can in a random manner. There is no real consistency here. It's not like it's a dot team that exploits attrition or pressure points and Paragon exploitation or opportunity and opportunist. It's just sort of random. However, during one of the streams this week, I found a way of pairing them up together, and that is basically to lean into Hawkeye's passive of doing extra attacks on those with pinpoint target. Now, you may notice the fact that this is Avengers Hawkeye or movie Hawkeye over here and not Heroic Age. While Heroic Age is a fan favorite and it is one of my favorites for Hawkeye, right now there's a little bit of a bug with the Avengers passive where it is spreading to other people. So what I'm going to do to make both camps happy is that I'm going to do 2 with this Hawkeye, and then we will do 3 with the Heroic Age Hawkeye. Now, pinpoint target is what gives Hawkeye his extra attacks. And if we look over here under heroic age, and you look at pinpoint target over there, he's capable of putting it out. And he has a 50% chance of getting a follow-up attack on any target that has pinpoint. So you can kind of assist him by farming the laser spotter, which is in 153, not challenge mode. So it's a very easy piece of gear to get, and the rest of these are Season 2, so they will not be in Beta 6. And yes, even the Resilient, even though it looks like potentially a Season 1 gun, it is not. It is a Season 2 gun. He doesn't have a lot of good partners for pinpoint target until Taskmaster, who literally clones Hawkeye's abilities, and Kate. However, on the stream, it was pointed out that Staggered counts as a pinpoint style debuff, so we have some assistance there with the Manvatara, which will always put out Staggered, and Punisher is able to put it out in his Bruiser kit. So that's how I'm going to tie them together. So let's get into it. The first fight is a Tactician Agent, Blaster Scarlet Witch, and Blaster Thor. So that is good for me, because Hawkeye is a Tactician in this suit. It's PvP, so let's go ahead and lead with the stun. The Agent tanks because he's running the Knight. I should have figured that out based on the fact that he has the pawn in his hand. That's an obvious sign. Fairly chunky opening Summon Thunder there from Thor. Not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the Headhunter, which will give me my Infiltrator reflexes. And it's a huge shot, and the Agent is already dead. Oh my god, Scarlet Witch with that Arcane Blast again. She's done that in some of these videos, so... Hawkeye just said if you step out that door, you're going to be an Avenger. Well, Scarlet Witch stepped out the door and got mauled. Should be able to finish him off of there. Okay, so... relatively easy first battle, but god, that Scarlet Witch, and there was no setup either. There was no Hex Spheres. It was just a straight up Arcane Blast. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy damage. Okay, let's try that again for fight number 2. Let's see if we can get Punisher off the ground. I don't think this Agent is going to tank. He is a scrapper against my Infiltrator, so they have a bit of an advantage. But I have an Infiltrator against their tactical Emma Frost, who does not get a stun, unfortunately. I want to see that the laser spotter seems to almost be doing a little bit of an after effect. A little bit of damage goes out, and there's that other sparkle. Not too sure what's up there. I don't want to blow the Headhunter on her, so I'm going to do the Widow Scorn instead. The Headhunter has a cooldown, and I want to spread that debuff around for Hawkeye. So we're going to use the Widow Scorn there. Counter from my Agent. Now, here is where Punisher does do some work with Hawkeye. The Batstone Predator puts out Staggered on people. Now, this is a bit of a bug. Everything Batstone related, whether it's Punisher or the actual Batstone gear, it only is doing single target, but the debuff is going on everybody like it should. It's just a little bit of a bugged ability over there. It's supposed to hit everybody, but at least... Mental Trauma is better than Psychic Tap. We do less damage, but at least we don't have to pause a turn, and Hawkeye takes her out. Mockingbird just keeps recharging. I feel like she's just biding her time over there. My choice is to either attack Mockingbird and piss her off and cause a class switch, or potentially take out the Agent. I think I will go for the Agent because the defense is reduced, so it should be a kill. And it is. That was well predicted over there. Let's see. Also, Punisher is bugged. You'll notice something's missing here. White, green, purple, yellow, blue. What are we missing? We're missing red. Yeah, his blaster kit is missing in this particular beta for some reason. We would want to convert her to a blaster, so if we hit her as a bruiser, Hawkeye can take advantage of it. She is going to get an extra turn if she... Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Hawkeye doesn't gain an extra turn from it, but... Again, let's go for the stun. The agent follows up, I believe, because of the Avengers passive over there. Everybody stays alive. Punisher does a little bit of a setup over there. Now I'm going to go ahead and change Hawkeye to everybody's favorite, the Heroic Age Hawkeye uniform. This is what I like to use. The debuff arrows are really, really great with him. However, his ISOs are trash. I kind of need to update them. It's mostly because I've been using this Hawkeye for a while, teamed up with this Black Widow, when I go for relatively good team-up bonuses in the story and spec op missions and everything. So that Hawkeye has a little bit of a better ISO setup. But for those who are going to cheer for Heroic Age Hawkeye, you're going to get your wish. Same team. I'm going to open up this time with the Infiltrator gun, which actually I'm going to go with Hidden in Smoke. I'm going to play this a little bit defensive and essentially do like Storm's Shroud. Mockingbird recharged again. Seems like Bobby's just having a little bit of a siesta today. She's just taking it easy. We don't get the AoE, but the Scrapper does go for the Infiltrator, so there's going to be a follow-up, and it's a decent amount of damage, but Widow's Scorn goes ahead and retaliates. We have Agent's Mark over there, we have Pinpoint over there. I'll put the Laser Spotter on the Agent, so Hawkeye has two debuffs to work with, and I'm going to apply Staggered to the whole team. That may convert my... Yeah, Mockingbird's gonna go Infiltrator, or go Scrapper. That could have been worse. It was worse. Okay. Bruiser mode. Now, if I was to throw the grenade from the tactical version of Punisher, excuse me, not the grenade, the mine, the trip mine, it would absolutely take somebody out. I'm trying not to be that cheesy. Oh, God. Well, there goes my agent. We finally get a debuff arrow from Hawkeye over here, and he's having a field day on Emma. Oh my God. I really wish Punisher was Union Jack right now. If Punisher was Union Jack, I think he would have been quite happy. And oh my God, their agent is doing a lot of damage. Alright, good. Good stun over there. That's what I was hoping for. Now, she got a turn because what happened is the stun gave her an extra turn, and then that's the turn that she lost from the stun, and then her own turn came up, and she got that. So, pinpoint target is on him from my agent. Huge glue arrow. And Punisher gets it done with the Scrapper stabbing. Punisher is very strong. Right now, in his status, which may get fixed when you see him in Beta 6, the Scrapper version tends to do a good amount of damage, the Generalist does a good amount of damage, and the Trip Mine from the Tactician version also does a great amount of damage. I'm actually going to do that right now, just so you could see. So, that's right, not subtle or stealthy. Yeah, bye-bye, Agent. So that's why I told you I don't like using the mine very much. It will positively, absolutely kill one single Samuel Jackson. I think you know what word I'm emitting over there in that reference. There it goes again. The laser spotter's causing some kind of damage. I don't really know why. I'm going to hit Scarlet Witch. Or I'm not going to hit Scarlet Witch. Thor has pinpoint target. And recharges. Again, I'm going to try to hit Scarlet Witch. She does take the stun. God, it's so fast. I love the animation of it. It's positively fun. I mean, it does not do a lot of damage, but it is positively fun to watch the dual Uzis go out. That's kind of a weak Summon Thunder as far as Summon Thunders go. Electrical Arrow gets an overkill, keeps his turn. Incendiary Arrow over there. Big Sniper Rifle. Honestly, if you can get the Scrapper bonus going on with Punisher, throw the grenade, and then get the stab with the dagger, it's high damage, and the Infiltrator Rifle is high damage. So far, we've seen all the agent gear go off, we've seen Punisher bounce back around with some classes, and we've seen Hawkeye's 2 uniforms. Let's finish it up with the 5th and final fight, and we do get something different, but something potentially tough. I do not see the agent as protecting. Colossus is not protecting yet, and could be immune to a lot of the debuffs that Hawkeye puts out with his arrow, so I'm going to choose to go to Emma Frost first. Okay, perfect. Stunned. We have pinpoint on 2 targets now, and let's do the Manvatara so that nobody can dodge. AoE from Colossus, not particularly that strong. I would say I would want to go Blaster against Colossus, but the thing about the Blaster kit is the that level 1 gun that does burning, and he doesn't burn. So I think I'm going to go Infiltrator, and I'm going to pop Emma with the rifle. Really good damage. And now he has combat reflexes. Unfortunately, he does not get attacked, so he's not going to counter. Let's try an AoE. We have not done one of these yet. He is blinded and disoriented everybody. That's actually very strong. I'm going to get rid of Emma, and I'm going to keep the Infiltrator reflexes going. Big overkill. Fleet-footed. Interesting. That is really cool. Punisher's passive over there just avoided some potentially big hits from Colossus. Let's do Smoke Grenade. Let's keep this battle going a little bit longer and see what we come up with over here. Fist of the Colossus, and a big heal from Colossus's passive, and an application of the agent mark. Poor Hawkeye is out of the picture. That kind of sucks. That hurts the offense considerably. Especially with the agent able to counter and heal. Alright. Colossus go bye-bye. Takes a big crit, despite the fact that he's crit resistant. Fleet-footed saves the day again. Oh my god. We've really got to pour it on this agent, otherwise he's just going to out-heal everything. Oh, the Phoenix Pinion. That is a crashing weapon. So, we will do one more battle for the 5th battle because that one crashed, so that's not fair. The Phoenix Pinion is a bugged weapon in 5.9. I do believe it is fixed in 6. When you... And it's understandable to feel this way, but when you see 5.9 in a lot of the videos on my YouTube, and you think, why can't I play that? Like, this looks like it's pretty good to go. Can't you make a public release about it and everything like that? Well, first of all, I'm not the dev, so I don't get to dictate what versions go out to the public and what ones don't. I also cannot hand it to you unless I'm authorized to do so, and I'm not. But when you look at 5.9 and be like, man, can't I just play this and blah, 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 it looks so good. Those are the kinds of bugs, like what you saw with the Phoenix Pinion. That is one of the reasons why it is not in the hands of the public right now, because there are crashing bugs and there are progression bugs that are problematic. So that is why 5.9 is not in your grubby little hands. We know this agent tanks, we remembered, so Infiltrator mode does good damage. The Knight did not do particularly great damage there, so we're ahead of the game. And I'm gonna Man Vitara. The Headhunter would be overkill. No, I'm gonna do the Widow's Scorn so I get my Infiltrator reflexes. I'll use that. Perfect. Agent is out of the way. No protecting. You may notice a small bug there. Because I killed the enemy, I did not get my class benefit. That is another bug. That is in 5.9. Another reason why you don't have it. Got some good follow-ups there. Let's try an AoE. Alright, let's try Tactician. Oh, and I'm not using the van because the van actually doesn't work. The animation goes out, but no debuffs go out, and no damage is done. That is why I'm not using the van to run people over. Man Vitara takes out Scarlet Witch, and Thor is debuffed properly for Hawkeye to do things because he has... he doesn't have staggered. He should have had staggered. Okay, well then fine. I'll apply my own pinpoint target. And it... Okay. Bug. The debuffs are not landing. Looks like the next arrow should be a sonic arrow. Yeah, for some reason he's not taking debuffs right now. I'm not too sure why. But Punisher will just stab him to death. So there you go. There is the theme team that was requested last week. They do work out pretty well if you know how to feed Hawkeye staggered. And if you were doing this in the relative beginning part of the game, you can see that Punisher and Hawkeye are taking care of things themselves. My agent's gear is not really that advanced. This is in the store, this is in the store, this is 153, but the Man Vitara comes from the Kang Spec Ops, which is later on. Honestly, there's a couple things you could do here if you found a weapon that did staggered. That would be good. Flanked would be great, but there's not a lot of flanked for the agent at this stage of the game. So I would say the Headhunter and the Laser Spotter are really, really good. And then alternatively, there is one more gadget that also could help. And it is that one right there, which I think is called the Marksman Spotter. That one could help too. Just be aware the headhunter has a cooldown, so you want to make sure you have something to do every round for your agent, because if you're waiting for the spotter and the headhunter to come off cooldown, you should want something that you can do. But for a team that didn't look too great on paper, they actually held their own pretty well. It is unfortunate that Punisher does not have his blaster kit for some reason, or the van doesn't work, but he was really here to do some setup for Hawkeye, to be honest. And so is my agent, although this gun is very, very capable of killing. The laser spotter, I don't know why it's so aggressive. I don't know why it's doing damage and having that extra little vortexy suck-in effect over there, but there you go. So that is the end of episode 31. If you have any viewer requests, go ahead and put them down below. Links to the 5.2 download, the Facebook group, Discord group are in the description. If you do go over to Facebook, make sure you answer all the entry questions. There's a lot of people not answering them lately, so you will get rejected from the Facebook group unless the questions are answered. Thanks a lot for catching this particular video, and have yourselves a good weekend.